Hi guys, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your weekly horoscope for the 14th to the 20th of November. Come join me on the 27th of November for my webinar all about Rahu and Ketu, about the south and north node of the moon, the most mysterious karmic points in the horoscope. What actually, you don't need to read anything else in the horoscope. If you want to know what your karmic mission is and how to progress fastest in this life, you just need to know the position of Rahu. And if you want to know what you have to leave behind in this lifetime, so you're not hanging on to lost hope, you need to know the position of Ketu, and that gives you a great map for your life. So we're going to look at Ketu and Rahu's transits, positions in houses, conjunctions with personal planets, how it affects you on a personal level, and how they cause the eclipses, and a lot more. So how is the week of November from the 14th to the 20th? Well, you know that I don't generally I'm not a mundane astrologer, which means that I've never studied how to predict world events. I do personal astrology, but still I want to mention a few sentences that I've been thinking over the indications that are starting to happen now. Jupiter going to square Pluto, which is already active for the past 1 week, and it's going to be active the coming week as well. Till the end of November it will be extremely powerful, and then in December Jupiter will square Uranus. Because these are not so much personal influences, they're more, how to say, social influences. They affect all of us, not just on a personal level, they affect the whole world and events of it. And as you can see, in the last 1 week there were protests and riots started happening because this difficult configuration is starting to build up. And it started from last week, the moment Mars entered into Aquarius. Mars is anger, Aquarius is the people, and lots of marches around starting to happen with the elections. But it's not due to Mars going to Aquarius at all. This is, you know, the popular, how they say, discontent. It's triggered by, it's indicated or synchronizes with the Pluto square Jupiter, the Jupiter square Pluto, which will also go into Jupiter opposition Uranus, which is very rare configuration. Almost basically Jupiter now in this, at the end of this year, it's already started, and the big part of 2017, almost till October 2017, will be re-triggering again the Pluto-Uranus square. We'll be putting it into action again because it connects those two planets with their with its aspects, and it means that the Pluto-Uranus square started basically with the Arab Spring riots everywhere around the world, you know, and it ended 2015, but it's gonna be re-triggered by Jupiter joining those two planets, and you're starting to feel the tension, the discontent build up. Jupiter is a social planet, Pluto is the oligarchy, the people in power, so there is this clash. Jupiter is in the sign of Libra, which is justice, and proper laws and fair laws, and Jupiter is clashing with Pluto in Capricorn, which is governments, and especially Pluto there rules like autocratic governments that don't live, you know, that outdated systems as well, that and so people's fairness and sense of fairness is clashing with outdated systems, government systems as well. And a lot of political movements and social movements will arise starting from the end of 2016. New social movements will arise, which will peak in 2017. I just wanted to give you a brief, that's my thoughts of it. Again, I repeat, I cannot predict world events because that's a special astrological science that you have to study for 10 years. And I'm just giving you my thoughts of how I think this is going to work by listening to my teachers sometimes. But yeah, this is a build-up. And on the personal level, this Pluto square Jupiter, which is already active since last week, this week, the week after that, till the end of November as well, even the beginning of December, how it's going to affect people. It's going to affect people born that have their ascendant sun or moon in the cardinal signs in the middle degrees, around 14, 15, 16, 17 degrees in the cardinal signs, whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon. Of course, I cannot give you dates now, but you have to go and check on a planetary detail table. Do you have anything at those degrees in cardinal signs, which is Aries, Libra, Capricorn and Cancer? If you do, and actually I would say that it's starting now with Pluto square, Jupiter square Pluto, but it continues then into Jupiter opposition Uranus. which goes into the 20th degrees. So I'd say from 14th to around 24 degrees, all cardinal signs over the next 12 months, already starting from possibly November, December onwards. All cardinal signs that I mentioned, if you have any planets in cardinal signs, from 14, 13 degrees to around 24 degrees, about 10 degrees, they're gonna have some life-transforming changes happening, because Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter affecting their sun, moon, or ascendant, a big shift, whether in career, if it's the sun, or goals, whether in male relationships, if it's the sun, in overall direction of life, if it's the ascendant, your path in life and where you're headed, and your plans for the future, and you know, you might be just derailed in a totally different path over the next 1 year, starting already from these few weeks, from the end of 2016. If it's your moon in those degrees, it might be something to do with your family, with settling, with emotional, with relationships of some sort. So huge, huge shifts for the cardinal signs on a personal level. And even if you're a Taurus sun, you might have your Venus at 17 degrees Aries, for example. So your relationship, huge change, 180 degrees, surprising out of the ordinary, possibly involving some power struggles or some resistance from your side initially. And out of circumstances, even if you're resisting those changes, they will push you from outside. So you have to check what planets you have there in particular. But if you have anything in Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, get ready, guys. Our world will be shaken, possibly for good, because it makes a big psychological breakthrough through situations where we've been stuck, you know, which already you cannot like sweep it under the carpet, whatever's been the problem. It's just like the fault line creates an earthquake. And starting already, you're gonna see it manifest over the next few months. Okay, so now let's speak generally about the week. Well, it starts with a huge full moon, the biggest in 70 years. Guys, this is a full moon that possibly our grandchildren will see, such a big full moon again, which means that the moon is closest to Earth that it's been in so many years. I think like since 90-something, 1940s, and it's gonna repeat now in the 1930s or something, in 2030s, like huge once in a lifetime rare opportunity to see the biggest full moon. What does it mean? You're already seeing the influence of that. People becoming more emotional. People, you know, what happens? Lunatics, they call them, when full moon, lunatics. You react emotionally more extreme, or you react more excitable as well. But the full moon in ancient astrology is a good sign. Actually, modern astrology says it's not good. Psychologically, it can disbalance a little bit, of course, for sure. But according to Vedic and ancient astrology, when there is a full moon, you can expect in whatever house it triggers for you, powerful manifestations in a positive way, like something coming to fruition, like seeing results in regards to that, receiving something, because full moon, it's in its fullness, you know. Seeing results, completing something that gives you good results in some way, some important developments in that area of your life, and focus in regards to where the full moon is happening. And because it's the biggest one, I expect that the results will be bigger. And it's not going to happen just on Monday. This full moon is active the whole of November. So basically till the end of November, you're feeling the influence of this really rare full moon. Because people like read, oh, the full moon tomorrow, so okay, it says I'm going to receive some money. Well, I didn't receive money today. That astrology doesn't work. No, the full moon is active a whole month, you know. And this one being so big, as you see, people more emotional, more reactive, extreme reactions. Be careful, don't overdrink, because liquids are kept in the body more. People bloat, especially with such a big full moon. I've bloated like a balloon as well those few days before the full moon. And poisons are kept more into the body. But let's see, where is the full moon happening? In Taurus. Moon is exalted. For me, that's a beneficial full moon. Very good, you know. So for Aries, it's happening in the second house, finances. Something, fruition, completion, receiving something in regards to finances, so in regards to family. Second house rules family. Especially if your ascendant is in Aries. In regards to material circumstances, assets. If you're a Taurus, of course, your whole life, the focus is on you. Some big goal or ambition of yours or desire can get fulfilled over this month, or you can receive some, whether it's your ascendant, sun or moon in Taurus. Say if it's the moon, something really positive in regards to your family or your private life can happen. If it's your sun in regards to your goal in Taurus, in your goal and your Career, if it's the ascendant overall in your life, you can manifest something positive. The light is the news, I said. If it's Gemini, it's in your 12th house. It's more like maybe something positive in regards to receiving something from long-term investments, or maybe traveling, something happening, some focus in foreign travel as well. Intuition increases like crazy. Gemini will be like, ooh, intuitively so connected. And something from the past can also appear, because 12th house rules the past. For Cancer, it's the full moon in Taurus, which is active the whole of November. It's happening in the 11th house, some powerful manifestations or developments in regards to, and again I repeat, mostly the ascendant or less degree sun or moon Cancer. Powerful manifestation in regards to friends, social environment, the people, the social people in your life, groups of people of some sort, gains and long-term goals and wishes and dreams and rewards, some rewards they can receive. For Taurus, for Leo, Sun, Moon or Ascendant, it's happening in their career, so they can achieve some accolade, some reward in regards to their career, some kind of a, you know, Leo ascendant. Donald Trump is Leo ascendant in high positions of authority, for example. They can receive, for example, something to do with something important, development with authority figures, with career, with positions of authority, career projects. For Virgo, it's in the 9th house, something to do with higher education, something to do with hope, seeing the bigger picture, good advice, something to do with foreign countries, with higher education, with pre-qualification, something to do with better luck as well. For Libras, the full moon activates the 8th house, resources from others, unexpected fall of money, for example, or financial benefit or material, something tangible that you receive from other people. Intimacy as well, something in regards to inheritance, taxes, but again, it can be focused there and very much bigger possibility for positive development. For Scorpio, it's happening in the 7th house, fruition, development, important development, some point, some focus on their relationships, personal business relationships, marriage, long-term partnerships, agreement, contracts. For Sagittarius, the full moon is happening in their 6th house, something connected to their work, something connected to their health, something connected to order, organization, cleaning things up, to solving some debt, something connected to working on some issues that are fixing something, for example. For work, you know. For Capricorns, the full moon is happening in the 5th house, something related to romance, something related to love, something related to children, something related to investments, to even taking risks, can somehow be more likely to take risks, but something important or positive can happen out of that. Having fun, entertainment as well. For Aquarius, it's in the 4th house, family, bonding, intuition increases as well, property, emotional healing of some sort. And for Pisces, yes, Pisces, where is it? In the 3rd house. So for Pisces, the full moon increases the communication, the information. There can be important developments in regards to receiving some news, in regards to something to do with commercial activities, with business, with transactions, with negotiations, with travel of some sort, with siblings, friends, relatives of some sort. So that's about the full moon. What else is happening? Venus is going to be, for about 3 weeks, is passing from the fiery Sagittarius into the earth sign Capricorn. So it's kind of, we can have a little bit more control over our passions over the next 3 days, because Capricorn is more in control over the next 3 weeks. It can also, we can put more order and organization into Venusian matters, whether it's matters of beauty, more discipline as well, matters of beauty, of art, of design, of pleasures, of relationships. The Venus in earth signs basically will help the earth signs most. Tauruses over the next 3 weeks, Taurus, Capricorns and Virgos, because earth signs help planets in earth signs, benefics helps planets in other earth signs. So they can have some support, they can feel more attractive, more lucky overall, more gentle, more they can have success through Venusian approaches of any sort, or Venusian activities, whether it's love, beauty, something artistic, creative, whether it's something to do with counseling, advising, whether it's something to do with pleasures and joys of the world and life. For the earth signs, Venus affects them most positively and soothes them in some way and aids them, inspires them. For the water signs, Venus helps with their relationships, whether personal, interpersonal, business, kind of any relationships with others. Maybe a benevolent figure can help. You can reach out for help from someone and they can be there for you, or you can have pleasant experiences with other people. For the air signs, Venus helps with it. Usually it's best to look from the ascendant and from the sun sign. From the air signs, Venus helps with relaxation, with healing, with, for the next 2-3 weeks, with kind of emotional healing and healing of the inner world, and emotional forgiveness as well, and relaxing. And for the fire signs, Venus helps with material things, because Venus is a small benefic, so it can help in some way with work, with career, with money in some way for the next 3 weeks starting from this week. And Mercury is also changing sign, is going into Sagittarius, so it's kind of, that's the only planet that's going to be in fire. I can't wait for the sun to go into Sagittarius. I have less energy when there is so few planets in fire, but Mercury goes into Sagittarius. So that's good for promotional work, for sales, for example, because Mercury gets very passionate, enthusiastic in its communications and convincing others and getting them excited about the things Mercury wants. So people that in any kind of sales, any kind of promotions, any kind of communications, the passion comes out of them and they can speak with more impact and kind of almost captivating and intoxicating others. And Mercury will help the fire signs the most over the next 3 weeks, well, starting from this week, because, so what are the fire signs? Aries, Sagittarius, and of course Leo. So they will be helped over the next 3 weeks for any mercurial matters, which is talking, communication, arranging some business deals, commercial transactions, anything practical, logical of the mind that requires spoken or written verbal communications and the use of the left brain, which is the rational logical mind, and communications with people overall, any kind of travel. They'll be helped in a big way with Mercury being in the fire signs. So that's my prediction for you guys. The most interesting things, actually, I think they're happening more on the world level than on the personal level, of course. Because the most interesting planetary combinations that are starting to form, and you've witnessed last week and this coming week, is Jupiter square Pluto. It hasn't happened in quite a long time, and it's, I think last time was 2010 or 11 was it, yeah, with the Arabic Spring or Arab Spring, where things burst out everywhere. I don't think it will be really as intense as that, but you start seeing changes around. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next month. And don't forget to join, next week, and don't forget to join me for a webinar for Rahu and Ketu, in all about Rahu and Ketu, all about the nodes of the moon, karma in the horoscope. And also check all my other webinars and all my other courses. Actually, the last course we did just for $30 went up to be 6 hours. So, you know, I really give a lot from myself. When I'm there, I tell you everything. I squeeze every last drop of information on a practical level. None of my webinars is about ruminating and thinking about spiritual things and awakening and bullshit like that. I like practical things. I like how something affects you on a personal level. All my webinars, all my courses, I speak, this is what it gives you. This is, with this position you can lose money. With this position, avoid business contracts. With this position, do this, you know. So this is what you learn from my, and also ways how to deal with difficult configurations. So anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you next week.